All right, let me start by talking about the Kenya author Ngugi wa Thiong'o. He wrote a book, Weep Not My Child. That's the only thing we can say to Nigeria today. He wrote that book when the Mau Mau's had an uprising against the white people. He told them that there's something to look forward to after the white man. But today, Okafor, I don't know if there's anything to look forward to. I have a video to show you, but before I show you that video, the IG of police came out and spoke in a way. Is it laughable? Is it with anger? I don't really know. Let me take your views first before I show you that video.
Yeah, you know, we are struggling with Nigeria as a nation being classified as a country of particular concern. That thing sounds like English. It's not an English that should be just left like that. It means government's complicity in the genocide that is going on. Whether you are arguing about it, whether it's Christian genocide or Nigerians genocide or whichever genocide it is happening.
All right, let me just cut you there a little bit. In 1 minute, you watch the ID video. I'll play the video right now, but what's your thought about it?
It shows that the country is finished.
But I just told you now that when Gongo said, "Weep not my child," there's something to look forward to.
But in this case, we should weep because we're already weeping. You know, where there's a comment from our last breaking news about Isapa. An indigenous of Isapa came out to comment that before now Isapa used to be a peaceful, loving community. That they are feeling that the bandits are taking over Isapa. I said before the kidnapping of Atereku, somebody was kidnapped from Isapa and they have paid 3.5 million.
And the person has
not been released.
Okay, all right.
We need and another fact that Isapa is made up of 95% Christians.
Okay, let's see that video, then we'll come back to talk about it.
Reported bandits coming out for peace deals, and you want to know to that. Criminals who want to embrace peace, we won't shut the doors to them. If they want to surrender, they are welcome. But that does not mean that we are going to relax on our onslaught on them. Question 2 from Adewale Kehinde, Swift Reporter. You want to know what we are doing about attacks on our men? Of course, severally, I have sounded warning to the public against attacking police officers on lawful duties. Attacks on our men is unacceptable. We don't accept attack on police officers carrying out their lawful duties. Severally have appealed to the public that if they feel that they do not agree with the conduct of a police officer, they should please report that police officer to the authorities. Every state has a command commissioners of police. Every division has a DPO. Every area has area commander. We also have the complaint response units in all the states of the Federation, and their phone numbers have been displayed several times in the media. If you don't agree with the conduct of any police officer, don't attack that policeman. Report his conduct to his superiors. And I can assure you that such reports will not be dismissed.
All right, let me give you a little bit background story. The president came out, my fellow Nigerians, you recall that I canceled my trip to the G20 summit in South Africa to enable me coordinate the security effort at home. Thanks to the effort of our security forces over the last few days, all the 38 worshippers abducted in Ekiti, Kwara State had been released. But Falz, the musician, took to his handle. Over 600 people have read that. He said, this does not cut it. He said, where are the abductors? He said, were they killed? He said, how many arrests were being made? This is the question at hand.
It's not about force.
Yeah, it's not
all,
about force.
all Nigerians are asking this question.
In fact, that's what they say.
I mean, these are the questions the security agents should ask and have the answer. Where are the criminals?
Were they all killed?
Let me tell you, you kidnap people and for any reason you release them, whether by ransom, by threat, or by whatever means, you're already a criminal. Let alone the people that were shooting people, you killed somebody, lives were lost during your criminal operation. You are already a criminal. Which peace have you embraced? Who have arrested you? Before which judge did you plead guilty or not? When you are a criminal, you should be arrested, facing a judge, and you'll be asked, guilty or not guilty? When you plead guilty, then prerogative of mercy begins to come in and things like that. Are we going to be teaching the IG what criminal administration is? I know he knows better. This is a man that has served out the tenure, and maybe because of his experiences, which sometimes Nigerians, are angry when you even sack officers at their prime and things like that. This one has served his tenure completely, and maybe for reasons known to the president, maybe from his experiences and all that, he decided to keep him. Surely has been speaking loudly against it. Okay. But let's put that aside. We know he knows. We know he knows how to get. The duty of a police is to get this criminal.
Look at what he said
before the judge. You can get them alive.
On what he said.
Yeah.
He said the reason they were not arrested was because they submitted themselves willingly. My brother.
So now they are arrested. Can we have them? Can we have them?
They are not arrested.
So because they submitted themselves willingly and they tell them to go home after killing people.
Yes.
No. Police IG is telling us that somebody that invaded the church at the center of what is challenging the fabrics of this nation at this moment, because Christians in these nations are asking louder questions. Are we serving the same purpose? Are we all facing the same justice system? Are we all facing the same reward system? Are we all facing the same punishment system? So this thing is challenging. Let me tell you, international communities and voices are even beginning to be interested in what is happening. This matter, if they are not aware, it is challenging. Let me tell you, Nigeria is a negotiated nation. We choose to become one. It's a choice. And when you have a marriage, when you have a marriage, you have to be sure that the fair dealing remains consistent for everybody, and that is why people are asking louder questions. People that went on operation, criminal operation, killing people in the process, they do not have power to be forgiven because those people were rescued. We have record of them saying that the DSS got in contact with the criminal. Bayo Onanuga said that.
All right, I want to stop you there. I want you to take that of Bayo Onanuga. Now, not only IG, a high-ranking officer of this administration, making this kind of statement on air for everybody to hear. Onanuga, the spokesperson of the president, said the DSS and the military contacted the bandit to release the 38 abducted Eruku church member. He said, and they complied. He said the bandit know that the consultation of refusing the security agency demand, President's aide Onanuga explained. He said the president, they know that if they don't obey the president, the consequence that is coming to them. And I asked by Onanuga, what about those from the Catholic school? What about those?
They should contact them like the way they did to this.
So is it only Eruku's own that they think the president is concerned about?
When you say Onanuga, I begin to wonder, because Onanuga is speaking for somebody. It's an aide. Whatever statement that comes out of it came up from Onanuga is from Mr. President, because Onanuga speaks for President. So Mr. President is telling us that the bandits that kidnapped the 38 worshippers were known to him. So he reached out to them, because the DSS, the police, they are working on behalf of the president. So what are we crying about kidnappers and all of that? If they are known to the president, that if the president can contact them via the DSS and the police, why wait until they kidnap our people before we go into peace deal with them? Because we are in a very precarious situation where now the DSS contacted the bandits. That's enabled the release of the 38 worshippers in Kwara State. What about the 24 girls captive in Kebbi? What is delaying the DSS and the police from contacting them so that they can, also equally release them? Why are they allowing these young girls to go through the trauma? What are the bandits doing to these young girls?
The 250.
No, but I'm coming to that. And is it that they are comfortable with the way the girls are being handled by the bandits? That's why they have not contacted them yet. Because the Onanuga and the police, they were quick to say that because somebody asked the police the aide a question. What about the 3 people killed? They said all their concern is the safety return of the abductee. What about the life of those 3 that are gone? Is the life of the bandits more precious to those one they gunned down? I mean, sometimes we can't imagine what kind of a country we are.
Nigerians have always been very angry in general that we have abandoned proactive measures in our security. You know, we didn't need to know that the security experts are supposed to know this better. But it has come to the public fore that they have abandoned proactive measures. Now, even the reactive measures are not complete. You react to an event, the threat will be existing, and you will not go ahead to neutralize the event, the threat. The police is telling us that they have embraced peace. How?
They say they came out because they know the consequence. So,
do you know what is called embracing of peace? Now, embracing of peace by in Eruku, the next minute is Sapa. Another just is a stone throw. 2 days, 2 communities, 2 days in between. 2 communities that are close to each other. Another abduction happening in a Sapa. So, and 3 people also dead, confirmed. Then the numbers of people taken away, not yet confirmed. 10 children involved.
A pregnant woman,
Muslim mothers. So these criminals embrace peace. Let the IG come. Let's go to Kuje prison. He will find enough criminals there that are ready to embrace peace. I mean, we shouldn't be doing this to this country. These criminals should be brought, if they are lucky enough to be brought alive, they should face a judge. No, whether they can plead guilty or not. But the fact that they are armed, let me tell you, we understand the issues of collateral damage. The lives of those abducted are very, very important. Once you have methodologically been able to save those that are abducted, the criminals must be dealt with as criminals. You should not encourage criminals. If you begin to do so, they will overpower the police. Let me tell you, there are people who refuse to go into crime, not that they hate crime, it's because of the fear of the consequences. When there are no consequences for criminals, those who want to go into crime, who were hitherto afraid of the consequences, will also get into crime, and they will overpower us.
Philip, because sometimes our mind, we have to bog our mind to know where these things are coming from. Number one, how did the DSS and the police and the military get the contact?
No, it's their job. I mean, it's their job.
No, of course I know. Yeah. What I'm trying to say, if they can get their coordinates,
they should get back the girls in Niger State.
Do you understand? That means they know everywhere where everybody is. So why are they not following the same procedure to get everybody out?
When they say Nigeria is a country of a particular concern, it's clearly shows that the government of Nigeria is complicit in what is happening in Nigeria, and that's what is being displayed by high-placed person like the Inspector General of Police and the spokesperson of the president to say that the DSS and the police and the military apparatus contacted the contacted the bandit, and the bandit willingly released the abductee because they know the consequence, which means they are working in tenderment. They find that this one is over, but I don't think I'm very, very sure they are economical with the truth. The truth is that even though they have not told us, what it simply means that there were negotiations and ransom were paid. Not this short of that the Nigerian government is now paying ransom to the bandit to free her citizens being kidnapped. Let them just come us and tell us the simple truth. By telling us that they know what is the cost, they know we knew that when they kidnapped this 38 person, they made demand for 100 million for each person. So you now said, so what was the contact? How did you get the contact there? Who was your contact man there? And who contacted them? Who had the contact of the bandit that contacted them?
He said declared that the DSS was.
So who in the DSS? Who among the DSS? So why are we waiting to this time before you contact them? So it's something I cannot really comment on.
My own aspect is, since they have their contact, can they please contact the person holding the girls from St. Mary's Church in the Mary's School in the Niger State? We want those children back. Let them contact them as well. We want those children back. The people in Kebbi, we want those girls back. We want them back, because at the end of the day, when you begin to treat criminals with kids' glove and begin to treat minor crimes with power, you need to see where they are ferocious chasing Showore for protesting and all that, going into the courtroom to arrest him and the fight and all that. I mean,
where is everywhere?
Where the Showore is everywhere. It's everywhere, tweeting everywhere anyway.
You are talking
I don't know why we are putting our energy, this thing that is threatening the fabric of this nation. We are treating it with levity. We are struggling with a state identity that is complicit in crime. We are struggling to say that Nigerian state is not involved in this crime. I mean, for you to have been classified, you should know you're already in the eyes of America, for example, and most other Western nations, which wouldn't matter if we don't go to them for anything. But unfortunately, we do. If we want to contest election, we go to Chatham House to speak first. Even this government, APC, went to see John Kerry as a Secretary of State in 20.
John Kerry even came to Nigeria
to see them. So we can't deny the fact that there is a Congress of Democratic Nations, and if you want to be among those democratic nations, your country cannot be a breeding ground for terror. There is no way your country can be a breeding ground for terror and for you to say you are a democratic nation. They don't work hand in hand.
Philip, a country where you have a lot of intellects, a strong military that has policed or guarded the whole West African nation, even gone beyond going to East Africa, Congo and all that, to conduct peacekeeping effort, now cannot keep itself. Military contacting bandits. America has a policy of not negotiating with terror. You mean we don't have this kind of policy of negotiating with terror?
You see, that's what Okafor just said. What else do you need to know or to confirm that the Nigerian government is compromising with the terror for them to say that the DSS and the police contacted the bandit? It clearly shows that we're already in compliances with what they are doing. Now, coming to the issue of the Nigerian army, what has happened to them? I was with you at a book launch in last Friday at Kwara Hall, where Major General Ike Nwachukwu said this cannot be the Nigerian army where
that is
served. That the Nigerian army are not cowards. So what it means that it is the government of the day, especially the government of APC, starting from the time of Buhari. If you remember, that was when all this, the Meti Allah became a fourth arm of government, threatening prime and stone that if you doesn't comply, this will happen to you. And by extension, what happened in Isapa, we were told that they were held cattle before them, and the bandits were behind them, using the cattle as a shield and as a deceiver to come in, raid the whole town, and took away children, nursing mother, pregnant women and women. So what else do you need? And here we are being told, because we've been asking the question even before Falz asked the question. We on this table have asked the question over and over. What happened to the criminals who adopted the 38 worshippers, who killed 3 persons inside church, inside place of worship, desecrated the church? What happened to them? They are telling us say collateral damage. What is collateral damage? Now, if we are talking about collateral damage at Eruku, what now the collateral damage that you try to prevent? What has happened in Isapa? 11 persons are already in their custody. So what are you going to do?
So now I want to ask them, are they going to let the public know whether the people who were in charge of abducting and releasing the 38 worshippers in Eruku are the same people that struck, the people that embrace peace according to the IG in Eruku, are the same people that struck at the Sapa yesterday night. So the people that killed our Brigadier General Obasani will now embrace peace and forgive them. Why are we doing this to our country? Why are we doing this to Nigeria? That's the question I have for them.
In rounding off, the 6th governor of the Southwest yesterday had a meeting and they reached an agreement, and they also started revisiting the restructuring stuff that we talk about. Now, can we believe these people?
You see, they met and the resolve of state police.
Yes.
If the Nigerian police cannot curtail the bandit? Is it the state police that try to?
Yeah, there can be a lot of difference.
Maybe there can be a lot of difference.
There's going to be a lot of
It
difference.
will be localized.
The command and control will be localized.
State here.
This one, IG is coming to tell us that they have embraced peace. Commissioner of police that have been working directly under Kwara State governor might not be saying the same thing. The commissioners of police we have now, they are under the command and control of the IG. But if there is a state police, look at what happened in Kebbi. Governor Idris has come out to say that he wants to know, he wants to probe and know the person that called the troops that were in the girls' school to leave, to withdraw. Because the attackers came just about 30-40 minutes after the troops withdrew. He wants to know, because if that command and control was under him, he was not going to happen. In most cases, these crimes are local. Let me tell you, one of the adoptees of Eruku community said, when you go to where they kept us, he said it was dominated. Before you dominate a territory, the governor of the place, we know they will be able to have advanced drones monitoring everywhere. This is, see, let me say,
you see why the so-called state police is a laughable to by my side, because a lot of money are being allotted for security votes by the state governor. What do they do with them? The state governors are present, that is chief executive officer of the state, that is chief security officer of the state, agreed, granted that the apparatus of security is in the hands of the federal government. But most of these governors are APC governors. So they allow me to go where I'm going. They have relationship with the federal government. This is not different political party. And they have their vigilante, the money they have is even without waiting for the state so-called police. The vigilante they are paying, what are they doing with them?
Well, I also hear General Wachuku said the other day, he said, who is afraid of restructuring? Maybe very soon that would be one of our topic, who is afraid of restructuring? Because in restructuring, you have your resources to yourself, you pay a particular percentage to the federal government. What these men have said, the IG of police and Bayo Onanuga, the spokesman of the president, are quite laughable. But that's the Nigerian we have today. We'll be right back.